The silence in Sarah's apartment was broken only by the insistent, rhythmic beeping of the old rotary phone on the wall. She stared at it, heart hammering in her chest. It had been happening for weeks now, these phantom calls. The phone would ring, a shrill intrusion into the quiet of her evenings. She'd rush to answer, desperate to connect with whoever was on the other end, but there would be nothing, just static, a hollow, unsettling silence that sent shivers down her spine. At first, Sarah tried to rationalize it. A faulty line, a prank call gone wrong. But the frequency of the calls increased, and a cold dread began to settle in. The silence after picking up was no longer empty. It felt watched, as if unseen eyes were peering through the receiver, judging, waiting. One night, the phone rang again. This time, as Sarah picked up, a whisper, faint, barely audible, yet clear as day. "Speak FB, profanity filter." It spoke her name, a voice raspy and cold, sending a wave of terror through her. The phone clattered to the floor as she scrambled back, its shrill beeping suddenly deafening. Sleep became a distant memory. The apartment, once a haven, now felt oppressive. Every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of the lights, sent her imagination into overdrive. "Speak FB, profanity filter." She started leaving the lights on all night, the harsh glow a poor shield against the unseen presence that seemed to lurk in the shadows. Sarah confided in her friends, but their initial concern turned to skepticism as the days wore on with no explanation. Fear turned to a gnawing isolation. Who would believe her about the phantom calls, the disembodied voice, /FB, profa? Desperate, Sarah began researching the history of her apartment building. Days of digging through dusty records yielded a single, chilling fact. A previous tenant, a young woman named Emily, had vanished without a trace years ago. The only clue, a frantic phone call to the police, reporting strange noises and a feeling of being watched. A cold certainty gripped Sarah. The phantom calls weren't a prank, a technical glitch. They were a message, a chilling reminder that she wasn't alone in the apartment, and whatever it was that lurked on the other end of the line, it knew she was afraid.